grunge came along.
The twang is beautiful.
Yes. But what it taught me was enunciation. But like, I had that foundation, and then grunge came along, and then Metallica came along, and ooh, need, hey, enunciation. And my sound eventually became kind of like Eddie Vedder, but enunciating, because Eddie Vedder doesn't enunciate much. Anyway.
I digress. Do that one more time?
Welcome to Room 6, the channel dedicated to the local music scene and the people that make it, including me and these guys. I met this guy at Songwriter Showcase at Soul Belly Barbecue, which if you've seen any videos on this channel, you know that I go down there and I live stream it every Sunday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's a Songwriter Showcase. It's amazing. Every week is amazing talent. And it's put on by Hal Savar and, of course, Soul Belly. You can also swing by there if you want to watch it in person. This guy joined him last Sunday at the time of recording, and noodled on the guitar. And together they are Wild Stallion. No, I'm just kidding. Together they are a band called All at Odds. Please say hi and welcome to the channel, All at Odds.
So yeah,
that was so ridiculously awkward and weird, and I never do that, but that's okay. Welcome to the channel, guys.
Cheers.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for being had, I guess. So, this is Hog Bay
Salute.
Rum. See what I mean?
That's pretty smooth.
Like up front, it's not too bad. And then
a
you're
little
like,
stout up front.
Where's the kick? Where's the kick? And it doesn't come.
It doesn't come with a
That's
kick.
nice.
Hog Bay rum, Caribbean black rum, cold. Shout out to Sandra at Total Wine. You did me right. This was bellissima. To finish it with some Room 6 whiskey. Nice mug.
Cheers, y'all. Again.
Oh, okay. So.
Cheers.
Oh, whoa. I saw that.
You missed it.
It's that rum.
And of course, you can get your own mugs, hats, shirts, posters, all that jazz at room6.shop. Insert store promo here. This just in. You can show your support for Room 6 by going to room6.shop after this video. We have tons of merch, including discounted cold weather merch and more. Whatever you need to show your support for local music and Room 6 is there, from shirts to hoodies to mugs to posters to stickers. Whether showing off that you're a patron on our Patreon page with our 2 Brains 1 Bottle shirt or reminding people to just be amazing, room6.shop has what you need to be a friend of the channel. Thanks for supporting Room 6. So, I didn't know that this gentleman was coming, but let's get the introductions out of the way. Tell them who you are, what you do in the band, I guess? 2-piece band?
2-piece for right now.
For now.
All right.
So my name is Jeff. That's how I go on stage, and I guess I'm the singer / half songwriter, and due to my awesome friend Rick here, he puts a lot of the solos and fine tunes the music. Quite a bit, very much so.
My name, you can just call me Munson. That's if I like you, I'll let you call me Munson. First name Rick. But I try to hear the best things that I can out of the music that I hear, and pick the best parts. And we started playing about a month and a half ago, seriously, and we realized that we kind of like playing music together, so it kind of just worked. And family first always for me, and music second, and that's just how I live.
Right on. So, they are new to this. And he's a new songwriter, like less than 6 months, but amazingly he's already performing, and the stuff you're turning out, it's solid songs. Like, it's got all the parts you need, So,
thank you for that.
Jeff is also a father, a Harley enthusiast, and a fisherman.
That is correct.
Yes, it is. And I was wondering, number one, the Harley obviously doesn't come to, like, when you perform, right? You don't have the guitar.
Oh, no, I do sometimes.
Oh, you do?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
whenever possible. And when it's not raining or we're not in the middle of flash flood warnings of Vegas, like, watch out for that puddle.
Can't be giving me a ride on the back of the Harley.
I thought you were going to go on the handlebars.
And you're riding front. Okay, cool. Tight. What the hell? So, I wanted to ask you, though, are you just like diehard Harley, or was that just because some people are, and some people are just, well, you know, it's what I could afford at the time, or whatever.
Oh no! It actually started out with a good old Yamaha Striker, and then
Yamaha.
My one of my top bikes I ever rode was the Yamaha Striker. I actually drove it from Maine all the way to San Diego, 8-day ride. It was beautiful. And then when I got to San Diego, I upgraded to an Indian motorcycle. And I always told myself, you know, I can't do Harley because I can't afford the T-shirts or the bumper stickers or the license. I mean, Harley.
Oh, the branding is strong. Yes.
Yeah. The bike is not the expensive part of owning a Harley, but good old Harley Davidson over there in up here in good old Henderson.
Yeah, I know, right next to CarMax.
Yeah, I walked in one day and I looked at the bike and I was like, I'm in trouble.
Yep.
That's it. And the next day I brought her home and I said goodbye to my Indian, and it's all been.
Well, at least you don't have a collection of them. Like, at least you didn't keep each one. That's when you know you got a problem. But you know, they serve. They have like free barbecues at that Harley Davidson dealership. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So cool. So you.
That is me,
Ricardo.
That is me.
Now you ride You don't ride motorcycles, right?
No, I just look like I do.
I thought I was telling Hal at the last showcase, you guys look like the reverse of Chalmer and Chris. Because if you've seen any of my reviews of the showcase or my review, I have an upcoming review actually of Chalmer Harper's new EP. It's good stuff, but that man has a beard. He's got a luscious beard. But I just was looking at him going like, yeah, they're the reverse. Anywho, so because I didn't know he was coming on the show until the last minute, I don't have all my deep dive questions like I normally do, and this man has almost nothing online, so that was the extent of it basically. I wanted to ask kind of my more usual interview questions.
Gotcha.
Okay? So throw this out to the group? Yeah, group. Duo. I want to talk earliest musical influence. You've seen some of my interviews, so you probably are familiar with this question.
Oh.
So I wanted to talk about that first musical influence, the one that was like, I want to do that. Was it a song? Was it a person? I'm going to start with you because I don't know anything about you.
Cheers to that question.
Cheers.
Room 6.
That's the first time somebody's answered with a toast.
For me, my favorite artist and my biggest influence is Whiskey Myers. I'm a northern boy from Idaho, but I play with a little southern draw, and and that's kind of what I go for. It's what feels right for me, and I just have fun doing it. So the most important thing for me is just having fun with everything that I do. You know, like musically, the family, work, everything. I just like to have fun, man. So, and
that's, I mean, honestly, what more could you ask for? Speaking of playing, they are going to be playing upstairs in room 6, a few songs, so stick around. I think one of them is a brand new song, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Exclusive for room 6 viewers. I don't know if I can say that, but, you know.
It's 3 days old.
It's a newborn.
Yeah, it's newborn.
There's the album name, 3 days old.
Ooh,
hey.
Not a bad idea.
Careful. There it is.
All I ask is 10% of the VIG on the back. Anyway.
This is not coffee.
No! It's Irish coffee. No, it's not. All right, so same question to you. Earliest musical influence?
So, believe it or not...
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, seriously. I remember when CDs came out, for all you young guys.
Yeah, these kids, there used to be the...
little discs with a little shiny. You put them in the microwave, they'd make cool little sparks and whatnot.
They also play music.
Melted into different shapes.
But my sister Wendy, she
stars.
was part of that publisher
clearinghouse.
Yeah, that's the one. And she got this CD and she looked at it. She's like, you know what? I do not want this. And I looked at the cover. I was like, I'll take that. She's like, here. It was a Grateful Dead actual album. Had a good old Jerry Bear with a big head on it with a stripe. And I'm like 9 years old. I'm like, yeah, I got a CD. And then I put it on and Casey Jones came out. And one of my favorite songs of all times. Then after that, it was to Nirvana and just on. And
that's a whole other different cover.
Yeah, but still all the classics that just really influenced me throughout this whole time of playing.
But it started with Casey Jones.
It started with Casey Jones and the Grateful Dead, and yep, that's when I was like, you know what, that wouldn't be a bad idea to, get out there and just try something crazy. And
I can hear both influences in the way that you play, and for me personally, I'm going to make this about me for a second. It's my show, but for me personally, I have a weird history because when I was very young, the earliest memory I have of being like jazzed about some music is my brother, who's 9 years older than me, putting on Kiss, and I don't remember what album, but I'm jumping up and down on the couch, and it's, discovering like rock and roll, but that wasn't what did it from a songwriting standpoint, I think I can do that, I want to do that, and it literally was, I grew up, if I wasn't listening to New Jersey, the album by Bon Jovi, on repeat, on tape, on audio tape, on driving as a senior to high school.
For all you youngins, that's called a cassette tape.
Yes.
Before CD.
No, you put it into a TV. You didn't have TVs back in those days.
What, when I was a child?
Yeah.
In the 80s, there weren't any TVs.
No.
You're just old.
Mm-hmm. It's after the 8-track.
Let's not go down that.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
No, we're all showing our age.
Not to
Yeah.
interrupt. Sorry,
But
about that.
no, it's okay. Let's just not go down that path. We'll end up feeling depressed.
And old.
But if I wasn't listening to that, I grew up before, like, when I was basically the passenger, I grew up listening to Kenny Rogers and Crystal Gale and, all of that country and Western. And that's what that really got in there. So even when I started like, hey, I think I can write my own songs, I couldn't help but sound slightly twangy. I couldn't help it. And then, of course, grunge came along.
The twang is beautiful.
But what it taught me was enunciation. But like, I had that foundation, and then grunge came along, and then Metallica came along, and ooh, need, hey, enunciation.
Uh-huh.
And my sound eventually became kind of like Eddie Vedder, but enunciating, because Eddie Vedder doesn't enunciate much. Anyway, I
Can you do
digress.
that one more time? And I'm the singer.
Dare I smoking in class? Anyway, don't sue me. But I digress. So we talked about earliest musical influence. I wanted to talk about, now you haven't been at all odds for more than what, a week?
Officially, yeah. Yeah.
So
About a week.
there isn't a whole big catalog of shows you've played together, is what I'm saying, basically. How many? And so I usually ask the question of, what's your favorite show memory? So instead, I'm going to say, do you have a favorite show memory of you performing in any capacity, and what was it?
Oh, shoot.
It could be like things went really bad, or
Yeah.
For me, it would be we were at a bar that's connected in
Was it yours?
to the hotel, the Budget Inn or something in
Up at the tap.
at the tap in Boulder City.
Boulder City, yeah.
It's connected
Oh, okay,
to that.
yeah.
That was honestly when I knew that I could play music with this guy, and that he wasn't scared to get out there and put himself in front of people
Mm-hmm.
and let the music that he had inside be heard. And for me, that was what drew me into becoming friends and musicians and on this path together. We've just been having fun, and that's kind of what my favorite memory would be, is just meeting him at the tap and saying, okay, here's 2 people, let's see what we can do.
Hey, look at us. Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
Right on. How about you, Jeff?
Oh, for me, it's actually we were playing at the winery with the good old Casey. Also hosts half the time up at the tap.
Casey Stickley.
That's right.
He's a Room 6 alumni.
Nice.
What's up, Casey?
So one day I was there at the winery, and Rick walks in and doesn't have his guitar, and I'm about to play, and he's like, "Hey," he's like, "No, you play this." I'm like, "You showed up,
Sucker.
you got your guitar. I will wait." And believe it or not, he did. He went out and got his guitar, and we actually did a really good set that night. But most of all, it's just wherever we play, and we've played some interesting spots.
Yes, we have. Yep.
And for how long we've been playing together, it's been very, very short-lived, but I could just see there's going to be a long future where we're just going to, either we're going to make it or break it, and regardless...
Have you ever had a dream that you had, you would, you can, you do, you would, you want, you could do so, you could do, you want him to do so much, you could do anything.
It's going to happen with
You're going to have
us
fun.
playing
We're going to have fun
regardless,
along the way,
regardless.
no matter what.
Yeah,
So-
it's really obvious already. There's a chemistry there on stage, and musically, there's the bones of something that's going to be solid. It just is time.
Yep.
Like it's also unfortunately apparent that we need a little more rehearsal, a little more time,
Oh, yes.
and that's
Yep.
that's just reality,
That is the reality.
Unfortunately, another reality is the next question is, we're none of us 20.
I am not
Thank goodness.
20 no more. Nope.
No.
No, I'm definitely not 20.
And usually,
Wait a minute. Let me check my ID.
Yeah. It starts. There's a 1. There's a 1 at the beginning of the year.
Now I feel old.
Yes, we were all born in the 1900s.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, how dare you? No, but
I've earned all my years.
when I normally get kind of like new acts in here, like they're we're a new act and we're blah blah blah. They're very young. A lot of times I'm their first interview, but also like they're very young and they have maybe like half a year under their belt of anything. And I wanted to say, like, you've done music in the past, just not as just Jeff, right?
Well, that's correct. So I've actually been
because there's the lore behind you is he's been a songwriter for like 3 months, but it's
That's fact.
there. But you cannot tell me that you picked up a guitar for the first time.
Oh, no. So originally, I'm as well from Idaho, which I found out later that Rick was from Idaho as well.
Idaho?
Surprisingly, Idaho, but she left me.
Hey,
Hey.
Hey!
It's what it is. But no, I've been playing since I was about 15, doing a lot of like street performances and, mostly just street performance where like people would walk by and they trip over and I'd be like, oh, that's a song. And I'd play like 10 seconds and I included like tip me $1 because why not? And sometimes they give me $1, sometimes they wouldn't. But I haven't actually taken it serious
busking
at all
Yeah.
until my good friend Krista Kidd suckered me into the tap, and I got up there and did a little quick show, whatever, and I was like, you know what? I got home that night and I said never again, and something just clicked, and
It's
next thing I know, it just song after song after song.
9 songs later.
Yeah, 9 songs later, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And it was just an amazing opportunity. But yeah, no, I've been playing since I was 15, and I've never learned a chord name until I met Rick. So he's like, play a D. I'm like,
So
yes,
literally
sounds
playing
good.
by ear.
Playing by ear. YouTube didn't even help me. Yeah, literally just playing by ear.
YouTube wasn't a thing when you were 15. Anyway,
Just started.
Google wasn't a
Yep.
thing when we were 15. Anyway.
Cell phones.
Yeah.
I was there for dial-up.
So, yeah. Oh, dial-up. Oh, AOL.
Oh, that CD you used to get.
Oh.
Put it in your computer, and you could talk to people.
The rest of the interview is going to be us just crying into our drinks.
Oh, man.
How about you,
I'm
though?
old.
So again, like, you can't tell me that you just picked up a guitar for the first time 6 months ago, right? Like, you've been playing for a while.
Honestly, no. No, I haven't. I've been a musician at heart since junior high. I'm not going to tell you how old I am because I'm really old.
Do the math.
Well, I'm 44. So in junior high,
Child. Go ahead.
I chose to be in band.
Okay.
And I got in as a freshman
Mhm.
in high school, after junior high experiences. As a freshman in high school,
Mhm.
I became the first chair drummer for the whole school band, for
Look
the
at
high
you.
school band, and I wasn't even good enough, but I thought. But there's been a lot of years of musical experience that I have.
Mhm.
A lot of those learning and trying to figure out my own personal influences and my own style. There's lots of things that I've learned along the way, but the biggest thing I guess I would say is I've learned to accept people for their music, and if we can get together and have some good times and make good music, that's what it's all about. That's.
There you go.
I got kicked out of band.
Oh, I'm sorry. I would have brought you back in.
My first band was made of former band members, and I was 22, and they were all like 17 and 18, they were all like 18, and the guitarist was the trumpet player in the in band, and the drummer was of course the drummer, but he did the big drum in band.
Yeah.
The keyboardist, I forget what he played, and the bass player, I forget what he played, but they were just so good. Like they had all the foundations there, and they were so good. And I just sang. Like that was my first experience with a band was I was just singing. I wasn't trying to do anything else. I had a guitar, but I wasn't trying to like do anything else. And then they went to college and stuff, and was like, we're gonna try to be like a party band, just instrumentals and stuff, blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, but we're so good. Anyway,
I would have to just follow up with my band history. Yeah, I've been in numerous bands throughout my experience of figuring out that I do like to play music and guitar and piano and just everything I do. My first band, big shout out, Final Underground, Boise, Idaho.
Wait, what was it called?
Final Underground.
Final Underground.
Yes, it's very metal.
Yeah.
Chris, I love you.
And shout out Magic Viewing Patch. That's the band I was talking about.
There you go.
MVP.
Yeah. So
MVP.
I've played everything from metal, first band, Final Underground, to second band, Two Times the Fall. That was out of Utah, and it was metal. It was good, but it was more clean singing and harmonies.
So melodic metal.
Melodic metal, yes.
Right.
And then I met a good friend, and we started playing acoustic guitar. And
It's harder, ain't it?
it's harder, but it made my heart feel better. Like it made sense for me, And so for me, my musical journey has been an adventure that I would never change, and I'm happy to be here with just Jeff.
Right on.
We're all at odds.
Having seen you play, especially when you're doing a solo, I can now, hearing that, I can superimpose a flying V into what you're doing,
Yes,
and just
yeah.
suddenly there's the yeah.
I used to go like this. Oh gosh, my neck's gonna hurt tomorrow.
Yeah. It's okay.
I used to do
That's not
that.
what you're doing with us.
Oh, believe me,
That'd be funny if we do though. That'd be
Yeah.
anytime I go to a metal show to do a review, I have to really be careful because I know it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a lot, but it's worth it.
Yes.
So yes.
Isn't it great though how musical influences through different genres
Mhm.
and different lifetime events bring you into what you feel like?
I love asking that question because I'll have bands on here like punk bands, metal bands, and I mean like metal bands.
Yeah.
And the guitarist would be like, "Oh yeah, well I studied violin when I was a kid, and my dad really, or my parents said pick an instrument, you're playing one, and we, I learned like Woody Guthrie, it's like you're just like what, what happened, Look, the lead singer for Rage Against the Machine, Zach. I had a friend named Brett. If you're watching this, Brett, still miss you, buddy. And he went to a Catholic high school, where he said that Zach was a total preppy. I'm like, what the fuck happened? Because at some point you're like, Rage Against the Machine time. No, I'm tired of being popular.
Right.
So anyway, I digress. Moving on.
Sorry.
So no,
I took up a lot of time.
Have you not? He hasn't seen one. I love when you talk.
Well, this is making it easier on me. I just have to.
I just cut to this camera over here and just leave it for a while. No, so we're actually almost done. Okay, because there's not much of you, and I don't have much on you. Hey, I did want to ask. Gear. Okay, we don't have a drummer here, so we'll take an hour. Hey. But you, what are you rocking at a show right now, gear-wise?
Oh, shoot.
Bang.
Yeah, no, for real. So I always mess this up, but when people ask to borrow my guitar, I'm like, you can play with my Walden. So I right now just have a Walden guitar.
Walden? What's that from? I haven't heard.
You know what? I don't know. I found it at a Guitar Center. I went in, it was like $500, and the guy's like, I literally talked to the Guitar Center guy. I'm like, hey, I got $500. I need a guitar. So he hands me a $5,000 Taylor and was like, you know what?
You weren't listening.
Here you go. I'm like, oh, so this is on special. He's like, no, that's $5,000. I said, why are you handing it to me? Yeah. So I had him unlock all the guitars, and I was in there for about 3 hours, maybe 4. I played over 40 guitars, and I grabbed that Walden, and I was like, 1, what the heck is this? And 2, it just, I don't know, it really fit the tone I was looking for, the depth and the vibration.
Right.
It just kind of matched me real quick. And other than that, I do a Luna guitar as well. Love my Luna. But,
I've heard good things about Luna.
They are really awesome, especially for beginners. The Luna is just hard enough to get the calluses on your fingers, but it's a clear sound.
So you're talking about the action.
Oh, yeah. That thing. I mean, I learned what a capo was like 3 weeks ago, and that was called the capo. So
that's what you stud a ham with, right? Capo?
Yeah. Something like tuning. Yeah. I don't know. But no, that's what I use for my music, and
right on.
That's it. One day I'll develop a loop pedal, but until then, just those guitars.
I'll say this: you're doing better than me. Not a single guitar I own up there in room 6 is more than $200 because I used to work at a pawn shop. Hey, but also because I walked into Guitar Center or Sam Ash or whatever it was and was like, I have this much to spend, and I played a bunch like you did, and I ended up coming back to one, and her name is Bessie. Anyway, how about you? What are you rocking at a show?
I actually just switched to playing my old acoustic, or switched from playing my old acoustic.
Which you got a Les Paul electric, right?
It's an Epiphone.
Epiphone.
Yeah.
An epiphany.
Yeah, it's trying to be a Les Paul.
Epiphony.
Yeah, yeah. I have that for my electric setup, and then I have a Fender acoustic, which is my baby. Like, it just doesn't like distortion yet, and I haven't figured that out.
Acoustics generally don't like distortion.
Yeah, but I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it like distortion. And I'm going to find that.
You don't understand the power of the dark side.
Yes.
Right on. All right. Last question. You made it. Yay. Let's pretend we're talking a little you. I asked this of all my prey. So, what I wanted, we're talking to new musicians. Okay.
All right.
Room 6 OGs, you know where I'm going with this. Pretend that you were talking to some new musician who's like, how do I be like you? And you want to give them one piece of advice you wish someone had given you before going down this twisted road that is music. And don't say change your strings.
Be yourself. First and foremost, be yourself.
What are you, Chris Cornell?
Secondly, don't think that your songs aren't good enough, that your ideas aren't good enough. Just be you and be happy. You will find everything you need in just those two things.
You know who gives me hope? Who always gave me hope as a singer and a songwriter? Bob Dylan.
Oh,
If that ugly son of a gun could get famous, you know. But seriously, like, you listen to his voice, you're like, that is not a troubadour. That is not a, you know, a typical singer voice.
yep.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, really good advice. You.
Well, quickly, I gotta say for Bob Dylan, I was your backstage bouncer back in Jackson Hole, Wyoming in '98.
Oh.
Amazing, by all means. I did enjoy that concert very much. And, yeah, no, that was,
Drink.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm almost out. Oh, wait, there's more.
Yes. But wait, there's more. But,
wait.
but after the interview,
So,
I've learned my lesson.
yeah, no, that was just a quick plug on Bob Dylan, like, amazing artist. I was actually able to work one of his concerts. But honestly, my daughter said it best to me just the other day. I have a 16-year-old, and she's my biggest supporter. But she looked at me the other day. She's like, Dad, you are against everybody. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, you're 40 years old. Whatever, it's my age.
Well, you're the youngin' in the house.
I am the youngin',
He's
surprisingly.
the youngin', hey.
But I
Wait a
started
minute, how old are you?
40.
I'm 40.
No,
And
get out.
It happens. I haven't grown my beard yet.
This is your future.
I'm
50.
I'm 44.
Yeah.
I got some catching up.
So anyway, you're against everybody.
But,
Yeah, sorry about
so,
that. I didn't ever know how old you were.
Well, you know, I don't act my age. thank goodness.
All right.
Honestly, you could pull off 35.
Yeah, probably.
So anyway, my daughter's looking at me. She's like, you know, a lot of people say that you, like, after your 20s, if you want to start something new, you're just going to fail, so you never attempt something new. And for me, I'm always trying something new, something different. So the way she put it was, it doesn't matter how old you are. So I guess it's more than just for the younger me, but also for the older me a couple of years ago. Don't matter how old you are. When it comes, and you just got to take it as far as you can. If you fail, guess what? At least you did it.
Yep.
So that's my advice for the younger me, too. Just keep doing it.
Yep.
So
A great encompassing piece of advice I can give, as the oldest person here apparently, is do it. If you suck, you suck. But the next time you go to do it, you'll have that lesson, and you can tell yourself,
I suck less.
no, you say, you've done this already. Every time I get on stage, which doesn't happen a lot, but when I do, I remind myself, you've been here, you've done this, people liked it, they said nice things, hell, you got paid to do this. You're
Did
good.
we get paid for this?
Well, no, but in the past I have done music for money. I've done a lot of things for money. Anyway.
Oh, you music slut. You know.
Yes.
I think we've all done things for money.
Hey.
Cheers.
So. Mm-mm. No. I don't want copyright, or I don't want to, trademark
Infringe.
infringement. Thank you. Thanks for hanging in there. This has been a weird one, but definitely stick around. You're going to see these two upstairs making some glorious music. And in the meantime, please remember to be amazing. And we'll see you upstairs. So I guess temporarily say, see ya!
And this song is called Worth Your Time.
Just one more night I'll try to live, with one more cigarette and one more beer. Just one more night that could chase the night. And there I hope you know that I'm worth your time. Just one more smile I can't turn down. It's the song you sing, I love that sound. One more time that you by my side. And there I hope you know that I'm worth your time. 'Cause I'll be there through those hardest times if you keep your hand in mine, where your candle will always shine. I can show you my brightest side, yeah. I will be forever yours, and you know that I'll stay by your side. And this is how I know that I'm worth your time. Though I don't want to push my luck, hope my time you'll never give up. 'Cause I don't know if it's all gonna end, but I do know that I can't just still be friends. Girl, with you I'm never sad. You bring me up when I am down. You stop this clock from spinning around. And this is how I know that you're worth my time. 'Cause I'll be there through those hardest times if you keep your hand in mine, where your candle will always shine. I can show you my brightest side, yeah. I will be forever yours, and you know that I'll stay by your side. And this is how I know, and this is how I know, yeah, this is how I know that I'm worth your time. Ladies and gentlemen, this song is going to be called Bar of Mine. I've been chilling at a bar of mine, where I've been feeling fine, playing pool and talking with chicks all of the time. Where the beer is cold and locals don't quit, just come on out, don't worry about shit. I'll see you there when I got the time, leave my troubles behind. So if you're here for a good time, and raise your glasses high. It's nice to meet you one more time. This shot is for you, yeah. Let's stay the night. Let's stay the night. Let's stay the night for one good time. Let's stay the night. Meet Jake, he's a friend of mine. He might be stoned all the time, with high fives and 8-ball tricks, he could drive those girls just wild. Meet Dawn, she's a real class, nice lady with a nice astrophysics side of chemistry. Her smile can drive you wild. It took me so long to find the place I belong. So raise your glass to all your friends. Now let's sing along. So if you're here for a good time, and raise your glasses high. It's nice to meet you one more time. This shot is for you, yeah. Let's stay the night. Let's stay the night. Let's stay the night for one good time. Let's stay the night. Well, hope you guys enjoyed that last song, and by all means, the name of the band is All at Odds, and for our final song of the night, we're just going to do our kind of more uppity slash, I don't know, you guys put words on what you think it should be like when it comes to genre, but it's called She Goes Down. She leans behind that spotlight. It's time to please the crowd. Lipstick can make her smile. She starts to pass me now. Why does she always tease me? How do I ease the stress? Her body speaks in time and I got nothing left. She speaks when her body's moving. This beat can drive you wild. She leans right beside me, looks down with her devil smile. She bites her lip, come please me. I really want you now. I see those hearts just breaking. Then she just goes down. Her body stops the music. We stand and scream aloud. I take that shot of whiskey. I'm really buzzing now. I hope she stops to tease me. I see she's over there. I see those hearts just breaking. I'll give this one more try. She speaks when her body's moving. This beat can drive you wild. She leans right beside you, looks down with her devil smile. She bites her lip, come please me. I really want you now. I see those hearts just breaking. Then she just goes down. The DJ stops the music and see her walk away. She takes a shot of whiskey that takes her pain away. She puts back on her lipstick that fakes another smile. She hides behind that spotlight. She'll give this one more try. She speaks when her body's moving. This beat can drive you wild. She leans up right beside me, looks down with her desperate smile. She bites her lip, come help me. I run to stop this now. I see her heart just breaking. Can't she just stop now? Will she stop now? Will she go down?
I want to thank At All Odds for coming on the channel. It was a great interview and a great performance. If you want to know more about them, please click down there in the description for all their social media. You can also click down there for my email address or the Room 6 social media link for all ways you can contact me if you want to be on the channel yourself, whether reviewed, interviewed, or both. In the meantime, if you want to see more videos like this, please click up there. And if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, it really does make a difference. Please click down there and don't forget to ring the bell. Remember to be amazing, and we'll see you next time on Room 6. Say goodbye, guys. Sorry, what? What was that? Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.